Hi, I'm Birdie with the Page Hilltop Panthers news team, and I'm excited to share the first 3 special news reports. 5 of our reporters travel around town to interview town employees to help our students at Page Hilltop better understand the town government and why their jobs are important for residents. In our first story, Jack interviewed Park Director Jeff Thomas, and reporter Leona interviewed Conservation Administrator Joanne Kristoff. They traveled to the park on a beautiful fall afternoon.
I'm here with Jeff Thomas, the Air Park Director. I've known Coach Jeff for a long time, but I don't fully know what he does at the park. So I'm going to ask him some questions to learn more about what he does. What does the park director do?
Well, as a park director, it's a multifaceted job, which means that we do a lot of different things. So, for example, I'd say it's down to 3 things. The main thing that we do down here at the park is taking care of all the stuff that needs to be taken care of, like the grass and the bathrooms, and we call that maintenance. So maintenance is a big part of it. So I do some of the work myself, and we have some employees who help out. We have a lot of volunteers who help out too. So it's a nice thing that we have with a combination of people doing things down here. The other thing that we do is we do a lot of recreational stuff like team sports, youth sports, and adult stuff too. And so there's a lot of organization of that. Sometimes for me, it's directly getting involved as a coach. Other times it's trying to just organize the stuff. And then the last one, which is kind of like my least favorite, is the office stuff. That's doing all the paperwork and paying the bills and doing the organizing and stuff like that.
Yeah, that sounds boring.
It kind of is, but it's also a nice break for me sometimes because think about it, right? Like on a hot summer day and I'm down here and maybe I'm mowing the lawn for a couple hours and then I'm setting up some fields and then I go and I take a shower, change my clothes, and then I'll go into the office and be in a nice air conditioned area. And that's nice to get a break from. And then I get kind of bored, like you said. And then I go back out and maybe I'll do some sports stuff and sports programs and it'll really break up my day a lot. It's funny that, when I go through my day, sometimes I'll change like 4 times a day. Like sometimes I'll start off in the bathrooms and I'll have all my maintenance stuff and I'll be doing all the cleaning and everything else. And then I'll go and take a shower and then I'll go into the office and I'll get a little more dressed up for professional stuff and go through that. And then, I'll change back into like some coaching stuff, like you see me in all the time. And then, I'll get that on and do all that stuff. And then maybe I'm later that night, I might have to put on a tie and a suit and make a presentation to somebody about some project we're doing. So, it's, that can take a little time and get a little exhausting sometimes, but I like that. I like being able to change every couple hours and do something different.
I noticed we're walking on the new perimeter path. Do many people like it?
I think so. We're getting a lot of people who have either called us or talked to us and say how much they appreciate being on the perimeter path. It's a little less than half a mile, and it's something that, believe it or not, people working with the park department have tried to build for decades, for longer than I've been part of the parks department, going way back. So it's been talked about for a long time to do. And now that we have actually built it, it shows that it's been something that people really like. We're hoping to add to it too. We're going to add another section later on, and we even have some ideas. There's an Eagle Scout in particular who wants to do make either exercise stations along it or even have like a storybook thing for younger children to read different pages of a story as they go. So we're kind of excited about things we're going to be able to do with it.
Is it fun managing the park and the pond?
Well, yeah, sometimes it can be a challenge and I enjoy it because it fits who I am and what I like to do. but I'm not sure it's for everybody, but I do like it. It really is fun for me. Sometimes, you do have to field some complaints about things, but most people in town are really good about not being mad when they're wanting to say they have a problem with something. They're usually really good about coming to us and respectfully asking us stuff. So I appreciate that. And that makes my job a lot more fun. So I'd say overall, yes.
How many people come to the park each day?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, like a day like today, not as many because it's kind of cold as we're shivering away. But in some events we've had down here, we've had as many as 10,000 people. Other play times during the spring where we have baseball and softball and we have soccer on Monday and Wednesday and Saturdays, there might be several hundred people down here at a time. So it really depends on the day and what's going on down here. At the beach, we actually do keep track of that, and we have somebody there who checks people in to see if they're residents or non-residents. So we actually have a total for that. And for the 3 months that we do swimming, we have about 10,000 people who come down.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot. You wouldn't think so, right?
No.
Yeah.
No. What are some things that the Parks Department has been doing recently?
Oh, well, we've had a few projects we've done recently. We just put up some new basketball courts down at the nets down at the beach. Obviously the perimeter path and things like that we've done. We've had a few different projects with different fences and things like that. If you look around the park, you'll notice there's signs around the park, and there are different businesses who offer to give us some money each year to put up their signs, and we use that money for a lot of the projects we do. So we've had a lot of success doing different projects that have really helped out with that kind of thing.
What new things will the Parks Department be doing in the upcoming year?
Oh, well, we always like to think we're doing something new coming up soon. We're actually going to build a building down here, which will be a really good thing for us to be able to store more things down here, especially like our vehicles and things like that that are left out in the open, especially in the winter. We're going to have an office down here, so it's going to help me or whoever the director happens to be in the future be able to be down here and be able to do more things. So that's a big one. We have a couple other smaller kind of fun ones. You ever hear of Gaga Ball?
I love Gaga Ball. The Scouts do it.
Everyone loves it, right?
Yeah.
So we're really talking about, getting at least one, maybe two Gaga pits built. So that'll be fun. We got a bunch of things like that we're thinking about doing. And most importantly, we'd like to, get people to ask us. And that's how we find out what people like, by telling us. So if you have anything that you would like, let us know. Maybe not right now. If you had a thought, we'd listen to it, but otherwise you can let us know later.
Okay. How's the war with the geese?
The war with the geese. War is such a strong word, but kind of accurate. We have been having a battle with the geese this year in particular. It's been the worst year ever for geese. And I talked to a lot of other park guys around and golf court guys, and we've been talking to each other. It's been a terrible year for geese. Thankfully, it's over. But we've been doing different things to try to combat them. We're not allowed to do anything mean to them. Not that we would, because we're nice folk, but we are. But we've had some ways to try to gently persuade them to try to go somewhere else besides our area. As you know, the big problem with the geese is that they geese poop, right?
Yes.
Yes, they do. And poop is toxic and not good for kids and gross and everything else. So we do what we can to try to help them to find a better location to do all their business. So we've tried a bunch of different things. Down here, we use cutout dogs. We have black shadow dogs, we call them. And we put them all over the place. And they're really good, especially this time of year, because if you think about like geese flying over and then they look down and they see what looks like dogs, that's going to scare them from landing and then doing what we call a hit and run. So you can think of what that is. And that's, yeah, exactly. Ugh. So that's pretty bad. But the bigger problem we have is in the summer and spring, where the geese have families. And once a goose has families, they can't go anywhere, right? Because their little chicks aren't going to fly anywhere. We're stuck with them. So we have a harder time then. So some of the things we've done have been putting up barriers, especially at the beach. We put up a nice little fence down there, and that actually was very effective. We've also developed a vacuum system. You really want to hear about this stuff?
Sure. Sure.
Wait, okay. Well, I'll finish by saying that we actually have a vacuum system to remove some of the goose poop. Yes. So sometimes we lose the war, but we win that battle at least. So we got that going for us.
Thank you for answering my questions.
You're welcome. And thank you for coming down. We love people come down to Peroni Park.
You're welcome.
I'm here with Joe Ann Kristoff, AIR's Conservation Administrator, to find out a bit more about her job. And this is a beautiful spot, by the way.
This sure is a beautiful spot.
So, as the Conservation Administrator, what do you do?
Well, my primary job is to help the Conservation Commission do their job. And I do that by having an office in Town Hall where people can come and ask me questions about wetland resources like a pond or a brook or a swamp that they might have near their house. I help the Conservation Commission by making site visits to projects. I help them by issuing permits on behalf of the state of Massachusetts under the Wetlands Protection Act. It's a pretty important, serious job, and I love it.
Why did you choose this job?
Well, when I was a kid, I loved being outside, and I loved science, and I went to college and studied science, and graduate school and studied some more science. And working with a conservation commission lets me be outside sometimes during the week looking at projects, and it also lets me get my fill of science, because environmental science is very full of science.
I love science too, and I love playing outside.
Oh, well, there's a whole field that you could go into when you grow up a little bit. The environmental science field is really important, especially in this day and age. So I would encourage you to keep up your science studies and go outside whenever you can.
What's your favorite part about this job?
My favorite part about this job is helping people in AIR understand how they can protect the environment, especially wetland resources like brooks and swamps and Grove Pond and Sandy Pond, all our beautiful ponds here in AIR. I help people understand how they can protect these resources that are so important to plants and animals and people. So I really love sharing what I know about science and the outdoors with people here in AIR.
How does your job help people in our town?
Well, I think my job helps people in AIR because if they don't know how important our wetland resources are, or our forests, or our big beautiful oak trees, say, on the edge of a pond, I can help them understand just how valuable these environmental resources are, and I can help them learn how to protect them. Like, for instance, here at Peroni Park, people come down here and walk their dogs, and every dog has to poop from time to time. And if you leave dog poop on a path right near the water, the poop is going to wash into the water and pollute the water. So just by helping people understanding how important it is to do something as simple as picking up dog poop and putting it in the trash, it's a very simple way to help protect the environment.
I have a dog, and we go on walks here all the time.
Oh, and do you always have a poop bag with you?
Yeah.
Oh, very good. So you're on the way.
Do you enjoy helping people?
I really do enjoy helping people. I get an awful lot of satisfaction from helping people understand that what we do in our town, in our state, in our country, on our planet matters. And I think I think that's a great way to help people.
What's the hardest part of your job?
Oh, the hardest part of my job, I think, is that I never have enough time to do all the things that I want to do. The permitting process that I was telling you about with wetland permits takes a lot of time, and so I don't always get a chance to go walk on the trails, say, in Pine Meadow Pond Conservation Area to make sure that the trails are in good shape. Or I don't get a chance to go canoeing or kayaking on Grove Pond to make sure everything on the shore is in good shape. So I wish I had more time in my day.
So when you work on your job, you also have a good time outside?
Oh, I sure do. The other day I can tell you 2 great stories if you have time for 2 great stories. We had to put in what's called a beaver deceiver in a big beaver dam in Pine Meadow Conservation Area a couple of weeks ago because the dam had gotten so tall and the beaver pond had gotten so big that it was getting dangerous. So there's a way to have a specially trained person come and put a pipe through the beaver dam to lower the level of the water a little bit. And I had never seen this happen before. So as part of my job, I felt so lucky to be able to go out and meet the man who was doing this work and stay there and watch them do this amazing, it was kind of outdoor plumbing, really, to help lower the level of the beaver dam. And the other story I can tell you is about a little tree that's right over there, and maybe we can go take a picture of it before we finish our interview. A family here in Air had gone to an Arbor Day event, and they'd been given a river birch seedling. It's a beautiful little tree, but one of the kids in that family was allergic to birch trees, so they weren't going to be able to plant it in their yard. So they brought it to DPW. DPW gave it to our tree warden here in town. The tree warden brought it to me. I called Mr. Thomas and asked him if it was all right if we planted it down here at Peroni Park. And I'm happy to say that this little tree is doing beautifully on the edge of Grove Pond.
What did you have for lunch yesterday?
I had an apple and some chicken and wild rice soup. What did you have for lunch yesterday?
I think I had a sandwich, but I'm not really that good at remembering things.
Oh, all right.
Thank you for taking the time to speak with me.
Oh, thank you for your interest in what we do at the Conservation Commission, and thank you for spending time with me down here at Peroni Park. I have a little gift for you, since you are a kid who likes to be outside and likes science. This is the Critters of Massachusetts Pocket Field Guide that has all kinds of animals that you're likely to find in the town of Air with interesting information. So, my gift to you.
Thank you. I love learning about animals.
Oh, good. Thank you.
We sure do have a beautiful park thanks to all of Coach Jeff's hard work. I play baseball down there in the springtime. It looks like it was a bit chilly during the interview. I think it would be fun to take a canoe ride around the pond with Miss Kristoff. Maybe an idea for a future news story. We've got 2 more exciting special reports coming soon. This is Brody with the Page Hilltop Panthers news team signing off.